Good morning, Devils fans. Gonna have a fairly quick one here this morning as I'm gonna be leaving for the airport to come back home here soon. But obviously, need to get this video out for you guys, and I want to talk about the perceived opening night roster that we were privy to yesterday due to the split squad practice, where we had basically an entire vets practice and a handful of other guys, and then the quote unquote extras or AHL guys, however you want to put it, on the other ice. So obviously, we already knew that basically every spot on this roster was accounted for heading into even the Prospect Challenge and training camp from the jump. But there are a few names that are sticking out to us that were on the ice with the vets that maybe we weren't expecting. Part of that is going to be Chris Tierney, and then obviously Nemec made the cut as well. But then there was also some names that were missing, as in Foot and Thompson, who we have been pretty high on and talking about a lot, not just on this channel, but basically across Devils fandom as a whole. So I'm going to first talk about Tierney. In my opinion, he is just there as an extra body. He is a vet in the sense that he's been around a while, but he's on a two-way contract with us. He hasn't done anything that has super impressed me so far in the preseason. Now, maybe it's just because I haven't really been paying much attention to him. But even if I'm not paying attention to you, probably should do something to make me pay attention if that was the case. And he really has not done that at all. My take is that with Foot not being on either rink, he was basically just a placeholder there for Foot. Obviously, we also have Nosek and Lazar, but they were fairly expected. And if you think Bastion may or may not be starting, he played the last game, and so I think he seems to be ready to go. We saw two more preseason games to really see where he's going to be at. And for Thompson, Lindy did say afterwards in his media interview that he's played basically every single game so far this preseason. They wanted to give him some, at least one game off. So we'll likely see him for the very last game. So I'm still of the opinion that Thompson is on the outside looking in for sure. But that spot is there for Foot to take as long as he doesn't completely blunder in these last couple of games. Beyond that, I mean, it was pretty status quo, exactly what we were expecting. We had a couple guys sent down in Shalgren, Stillman, and I think I'm missing one name, but knowing they had to go through waivers, well, Shalgren's going to go through waivers. Stillman got to go straight down. We'll find out here soon today if Shalgren cleared or not. The only team I could even see possibly taking a shot would be Tampa Bay because of Vasilevsky being out for a couple months, so they just would want somebody to be a warm body because their other goalie option is not that great. And so yeah, this preseason game, I know a lot of people are expecting it to be fairly vet heavy. I'm not so sure. We kind of saw it with the Islanders, their practice ahead of us. I am expecting it to be a lot of vets, mind you, but I don't expect it to be the full vet team running. I still think we're going to get a couple guys like Foot in there for sure. Lazar, Nosek, just give those borderline guys more chances. And like we said, Thompson is going to get the game off and will likely play in that very last game. I think that's really it, guys. Very interested to see how the roster plays out. My opinion still is Foot is going to make it. Tierney will get sent down. Oh, last thing I want to talk about. Nemec is there. Can't believe I forgot to bring that up. Nemec was with the vets, with the big boys. I still think he is going to get sent down, even though Miller has not had a great camp. He's a vet. He has a very, very good record. They are going to keep him around to really give him the reins to at least start the season. We know how it is for defensemen coming into our system here and whatnot. So, yeah, I am not expecting Miller to get sent down at all. I mean, the biggest thing would be Smith, but I think he has had a fine enough showing that that's not going to be the case where he'll get cut over Nemec. So, yeah, I still expect Nemec to get sent down. My opinion is he is just getting the nod of being the final cut of camp. So he will play with the big boys all the way to the very end, to the last moment where they'll need to cut him. And so that's why he is hanging out, and I got no issues with that. He's deserved it. He's had an excellent camp. But even Lindy in his post game and even in this post practice interview has said he's looked really great in some areas, but definitely needs to shore up and play in others. He doesn't have to be perfect. It's about the whole picture and what we can expect from him going forward. So, I mean, that really just screams to me, yeah, we're going to send this kid to Utica, give him time to grow and develop there. And injuries and whatnot, if needed and when needed, he's a guy we are comfortable calling up to fill in that spot. But also Hataka is still around, who has had a good showing as well, and isn't someone that we need to worry about sliding their contract or burning a year of an ELC or anything like that. So he also seems like a pretty decent option to call up if and when needed. So yeah, that's really going to do it. We got another game today. I should be home to actually watch this one, but we'll see how that all plays out with, getting the whole family unpacked and settled back into our house. So that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Hopefully safe travels for me. I'll see everyone tomorrow morning as always, and forever, let's go Devils.